Hey everybody, what's up from Rollminnesota, your state of skate. Hey, I'm Butch Lehman, and today we're going back to the Blading Community Cup, and we're going to take a look at what I would assess as the top 12 tricks that were performed across these 5 different skater profiles. Now, as you guys know, the voting has been open for a while, and this has been a really cool competition series that's put some exposure out there to different bladers, but also put money back into their pockets, and I'm all about that. Anyway, I previously did a video reviewing my top 5 list for how I would rank these sections, but today I want to get into the one-off big tricks, and every one of these sections is featured on this top 12 list at least once. But anyway, guys, I welcome your feedback, your comments, your opinions down in the comments below, but let's roll into the top 12 list. All right, at number 12 on my list, we're starting big with this Royale 270 into a really sketchy landing. That bank looks like it's a little bit shifty, and the fact that his backside was that drop makes this trick absolutely magical. And it's these types of big hammers, these stunt pieces, that I think really pulled together Levi or Levi's section. I'm not sure how his name is pronounced, but it was a really impressive trick and just one of many that will feature in his section. Love this trick, it's my number 12. All right, next up at number 11 on my list, we have a trick from Bobi Spassov, and I'm a bit biased. I love the spin to win tricks, and this 450 grabbed backslide is just so perfect. It's clean, it's buttery, it's flawless, and I like how it mixes in with a lot of the other technical and stunt-oriented tricks that were in Bobi's section. And personally, that's why I have him as number 1. I think his section was overall the best part. But there was a lot of great skating out there. And this 450 backslide is just one of the reasons why. Next up at number 10, we have another trick from Levi. And this time, it's one that really I couldn't comprehend at first. But he does an Alleyoop Makio, then jumps over far side to Cess sliding down some really uneven bricks. This is the type of surface, the type of texture that doesn't look like it would Cess slide very well, and to add an element of difficulty, he backs this trick up by doing the Makio both right-footed and left-footed, showcasing some very impressive technical dexterity. So this is one that I didn't catch initially. I had to watch it back a few times to fully appreciate the magnitude and the skill that goes into this trick, and that's why it's at number 10 on my list. For number 9, we're going to switch over to a different skater, and this time it's Nils Jansons. And you guys already know Nils is one of my favorite skaters out there. He does everything so clean, so flawlessly and effortlessly that you can't help but just get mesmerized by his skating. And one of the tricks that stood out to me is the Inspin Fishbrain. He gets the grab early on, he's leaned in, he's got that thing rocketed out, and it's just the textbook beautiful Fishbrain that you'd like to see on any rail. And the fact that this is a massive drop rail just brings the whole picture into focus. So I love this trick. I think this one is definitely on the top 10 list for sure. My number 8 trick on this list is going over to Seba, and this is the 540 ender at the very end of his section. What a way to conclude it, but he does this massive 540 over a spiky fence, and that's a very dangerous obstacle. So full-on commitment here. Has the speed, it has the power, it has the airtime, the velocity that really represented his whole video part. So I like how this one puts the nail in the coffin of what was a very, very compelling piece. At number 7 on my list, we're going to switch it over to Julien Cudot. I've mentioned this before in my previous video, but I find him to be the best skater in the world. Just all around, Julien is amazing. And he had a bunch of tricks in this video part that were nothing short of astonishing. One of the ones that I really like though was the 540 Savannah that he does. And I mentioned this earlier, but I like the spin to win tricks, especially when they can be executed flawlessly and with a sense of control. And I don't think I've ever seen one done more fluidly than this one that Julien puts down. It's a beautiful trick, and this one deserves its spot in my top 10 list for sure. Next, at number 6 is a choice that might be a bit controversial with some, but we gotta go back to Bobi Spassov's section to his opening trick, this massive 720. And this thing is so big, has height, amplitude, power, and intensity. Now, some people have criticized the landing for being a bit sketchy, but personally, I'm totally okay with it given how large of a stunt this actually is. So I think it's contextual when you're determining whether or not a trick is acceptable, and in this case, given the type of trick, the stunt nature of it, that doesn't bother me at all. This 720 is a major opening statement to start out his video part, and I don't think it ever let off the gas from there. Well, we've made it to our top 5 tricks, and at number 5 is another trick from Levi, and this one was so technical. It's a Royale grind, and then we're shifting over to a 90-degree angle with a 0 top acid, and then from there transferring over to a full cab Alleyoop acid. One of those is with the right foot, the other one is with the left foot. There's just so much going on here, and the fact that he's able to sneak all of that into a really short obstacle and roll away cleanly is just a testament to the skill that Levi's bringing into this competition. I love this trick. This one made me gasp out loud when I saw it the first time, and that's why it's in the top 5. It's amazing. Well guys, it's time we return over to Nils' Jansons section, and this is actually my favorite trick in his whole part, and that's the Disaster Hurricane Topsoul. And he actually jumps over a pretty sizable grass gap on his way over to the rail. What I love about this is Hurricane Topsoul is one of my favorite tricks out there. I think it's one of the most visually appealing tricks in all of inline skating, but also when you can sit on it and crouch down like Nils does, that's the kind of style that just puts the cherry on top. Beautiful trick from Nils. At number 3 on my list, we have Julien Cudot, and this was an innovative trick. We're talking Topsoul down a rail to backflip out. And the thing about me is I love flips, I love grinds. If you can put the two together, that's a winning recipe in my opinion. Now this is one that looks like it was a bit of a battle for Julien, but he was able to get this done, and if there's any person on planet Earth that has the acrobatic maneuvers to make something like this work, it's Julien. So I could see why this was his ender trick in his part. Finally, as we make our way into the top 2, it was really hard to decide between these two tricks. But in second place, I would give this one to Levi. His Topsoul around the S drop rail at the end of his video part was the perfect exclamation point on a section that just blew my mind. This Topsoul is locked in, and he's even able to take the wall plant on the way out. To have that level of control and awareness on a trick that difficult and that changing of direction is incredibly impressive. And like I said, what an exclamation point, what a section. I was really impressed. Finally, at number 1, we return to Bobi Spassov and his ender trick. This Alleyoop Wallride 360 to massive drop is one of the biggest drops I've ever seen. And the fact that he's able to absorb that drop without a lot of forward momentum to keep his momentum going to help with the impact makes it all the more impressive. This is a stunt that I think will go down in inline history, and one that people will be looking back years and years from now wondering what was going through his mind. I love this trick. Like I said, Bobi's section to me is who I would rank as the winner, but there was great skating from all 5 of these skaters. And at the end of the day, the winners are all of the participants, but also us, the viewers. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for my top 12 list of what I would consider the best tricks in this competition. Some of these were chosen for their amplitude, some of them were chosen for their technicality, but there was something about every one of these tricks that I enjoyed, and more importantly, there was something about every skater that I enjoyed. Everybody put together a great part. Like I just said earlier, we as the community won this, and that's probably why it's called the Community Cup. So thank you to everybody that donated to this competition. Thank you to Tom for organizing this. I hope we have the opportunity to do something like this again next year, because what a win for the blading community. Anyway, guys, I'm Butch Lehman of Roll Minnesota. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Like I said, let me know your thoughts, your comments on the order or other tricks that you would rank in the top 12. We'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and get out there and do some rollerblading. We'll see y'all next time. Peace, everybody.